Good morning, everyone. How are you? Whew, it's dark in here. I've been messing with the lighting pre-stream. This is not good. It was better a minute ago, I promise. What did I do? So I've been fidgeting all morning before stream, and then I had the starting screen up so I couldn't see myself. Corinne, Midkey, thank y'all for the subs. Where are my alerts at, yo? So I'm gonna retweak with the lighting here. Very confused, as I thought I had it set before I hit start, and then boom, magic happened. I wonder if I did something with the camera. All right, so y'all will see me looking at things funny here momentarily while I mess with this. It's a little bright. That wasn't it. What did I do? Sorry, I know this is not how you wanted to start the stream, nor did I. We may just have to go with it today. See how much crazy it'll drive me. The problem is, like, my lighting, my desk lighting's good. My ambient lighting around the room is bad. So when they conflict, it's like when it's a dark day like today, it gets kind of wonky in here. And I was trying to play with that because I'm also trying to fix this. Also trying to fix this setup to get the clarity and the focus right here. So just been messing around. Tony's got to leave at 10:30, so we're going to at least do this till 10:30. So see, I've been messing with all the things, which is probably a bad idea right before you start the stream. So we'll probably just go with this for now, even though it looks completely different than 3 minutes ago when I started. Woo, that wasn't it. All right, so we'll just have to deal with this later. All right. So yeah, I hadn't had time to sit down and mess with it, and then when you try to do it in a hurry, you're bound to mess it up. So we will figure that out later. Good morning. How are you? I'll stop fidgeting now. It's a stream. I wasn't sure what to talk about today. Like if we were going to have a topic, if I was going to do envelopes, if we were just going to chit chat, AMA, it's always those things. You can always ask me anything, anytime. But I had a question from a friend about machine pens. And I know we covered them a lot on this stream. And we've even done some specific machine pen stream. But I thought I would gather up kind of one of each of all the things, and then I'll let you in on the question that I was asked and the answer that I gave. And that is the reason for this stream today. I'm really bothered by this coloring. It's making me look like I'm in black and white today. So we'll just do it. Love Loveless, welcome back. Flaming hot limon Doritos. Nice. So Mike, Inkdependence Mike. So 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, I'm on Mike's stream. Is that correct? 5 o'clock on YouTube, or are we doing Twitch? What are we doing? Put the link up so everyone can go see us tomorrow at 5. I'm gonna hang with Mike for a little bit as we head into the spooky Halloween weekend. I'm not gonna be in costume. Like I'm already a Joker like this, so we're just gonna go with that probably. Just switch to black and white mode, yeah. Like I got extra lights going over here. Woo. Oh, we could do some spooky streams. YouTube, dude, 5 p.m. Look at that. Woo. Trying to make the desk lighting a little bit better. Jesse's got a foot of snow. I got to know which notepad you were using in your last Instagram post. I brought that back in here. Nox Echo, thanks for the Prime sub. Let's go. Thank you, Mike. So go sign up and subscribe to Mike's stream there. You should follow all of his live streams, which he does for us, for our entertainment, for our pentertainment. He does a great job. Yeah, do it. We're gonna have fun tomorrow. I don't know what we're talking about. We'll probably talk about nothing. Like, me and Mike are pretty decent at talking about nothing. Like, I'm almost 10 minutes into this, and all I've done is complain about lighting. So there you go. Yeah, if you want at least a full hour of that, yeah, join us tomorrow. Oh, if Audrey's there, that's all you need to know. You can ignore Mike and myself at that point. If Audrey's on stream, like, that's all you need to show up for, right? My lighting has a certain VHS picture look. Yeah, I don't know if you just joined Coco, but I was messing with it this morning, and I had my screen hidden, so I couldn't see it. So I had it set, and then I messed with something else and screwed it up, and now I can't figure out how to make it go back. So this is my film noir stream. This is my Academy tape that I'm gonna submit to the Academy. For any future awards, this will be my tape that goes out to all the voters this year. So yeah, I appreciate that. Audrey will be there too. Well, that's all y'all need to know. So yeah, Audrey is the real reason why we show up to Mike's stream anyway. So there you go. Michael asked me, what is the notebook I showed on stream, on Instagram? It is the Mormon Nemo sign. It says 188 on the cover. I don't know the official model name of this, but it's an A5 top-bound pad. It's the N188 A5 5mm squared. It's awesome. So I want to, until I can get the Colo desk, I was trying a couple of different pads to see, because I'm trying to get this camera to have better lighting, and I was wondering, so number one, I could have a top-bound pad that would be like, that fits in here, right? That fits the camera shot. But was the grid, see, I was trying to do also what Mike recommended to me, is focus the camera independently, just give it a direct focus here. I tried that, then I tried autofocus, and I'm messing around. So I was seeing if I had any difference between this graph paper background of the Moramon or the solid white paper background of the Clairefontaine Triomphe. So I just been messing around with that. So, but the Moramon pads, they are stellar. Like, I could not recommend them more highly than I do already. It's just the only kicker ever with Moramon for me is format, right? It's not a format everyone wants, because their big, awesome notebooks come in spiral bound. So not everyone likes the wire bound. The A4, like Steph has, is one of the best notebooks going, but it's an A4 wire bound pad. I love that. Like, it was perfect for my day job. When I had my IT job, it was big. It was a desk pad. I could flip it over so it didn't take up the space. But like in here, it would probably work in here. That's actually probably what I should do for in here until I get the desk pad, just because it'll cover this whole section right here, right, and still be top bound. So I should probably get that. Tony doesn't like the stupid headers. Well, we don't like Tony's stupid head, so it's a fair trade-off for me. So, that seems about right. I personally like the headers. It doesn't take much away from the paper, because, I don't use all the way up to the border anyway, and I tend to have some type of header up here. This one, I will admit, this one has a bigger header than the A4. The spiral bounds don't have this much of a header block. This one's more specific. The paper's a bit smooth. That I get. Like, I'll understand that. It's not as smooth as Rhodia. which is why I prefer this. I have a Mormon A5 wire bound that I swap around to make it a top bound pad. I totally use those as the top bound style, which is cool. Other reason I like the Mormon spiral bounds is because they're just as good in portrait as they are landscape, right? The border or the header section still works if it's vertical as it does horizontal because it's so small. This one's a little bit bigger. This one's designed a little bit differently. Hobby 100, I have a question for Brad and Chad. I got the Yamamoto sampler. Should I cut it into A5 since that's what's the best for letters? I use loose sheets for letter writing only. I would cut it into A5 if it was me, or folded them in half. If it was me, like, I would fold them in half, then stamp them into disc bound sheets. But I don't think you have a disc bound system. But I would modify them to A5 sheets. That's the best use case for me, right? Even if I don't cut it, I will fold it, like Tony's saying, into that A5 size, and then I'll have my four sides. And I feel like I get more out of the paper if I do it that way. So, who knows? I find this Rhodia Pad interesting. Let me look at this one, Coco. I'm going to bring it up here. Oh, I've seen these. So let me bring this up. I haven't bought one of these yet. I have my camera set up all jacked up. Let's see. Where are we? There. It was the top thing. That's why I couldn't find it. So we got to switch this back. All right. So let me embiggen this. So it's these block bound pads with the holes punch on the top, and they have this bolt in system. Like, y'all seen this style of pad before. It's probably pretty cool. I tend to have a problem with metal backed pads on a desk, right? So this is a desk pad. It's not portable. So you have to think about, am I going to throw this on the desk that's softer, or am I going to slide around this metal on here that might be scratching up my desk or something that I'm not using it on? So, like, I love the style. It's a killer style. I would love to review this product. Do I need to have this style? I don't know. It tends to be more of a hassle than useful, in my opinion. Embiggen, yeah, that's a good word. So I don't discount the fact that it's super cool and it's Rhodia, so you know it's going to be nice. But I tend to find this style of product more frustrating than, you know, your standard pad. Just me. Just my theory. So there you go. But that's cool. I have seen this before. I really like it. Do I need it? Yeah. Do I need to go get it? Nah, probably not. So yeah, there you go. So I think next week I'll try to go. I'll bring in one of the Mormon A4 pads to see if that works better here. So you have the one singular pad block that'll fill up most of this area. And then keep staying on Anna to see if I get a color desk. You dig that? Let's talk about this shirt. This is one of the oldest shirts I wear. I bet I've had this shirt for, I don't know, 5 years or so. I always get a compliment on this pocket deal that I've got going on. So very happy with it. So it's a double stacked pocket, right? So you can fit like a full notebook back here, then a little bit shorter. So we went double stack spoke on the pocket today. Miss G's Crafties, Tessa, thank y'all so much for your support. I really appreciate that. It's awesome and not taken for granted. So thank y'all so much for being around this so much time and with always the good vibes. So yeah, Dave, I think this is traditionally the notebook pocket. And then the pen pocket, I think, is kind of the idea of it. And this is also the microfiber, but it's the kind of microfiber that when you clean your glasses, it just smears the grease around. It doesn't really clean it, so it's not really good for that. So, new U.S. exclusive Kaweco AL Sport in brown. Coco, bringing the heat this morning. Show me a link on that one. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. Oh, Soapbox Rocket, I just saw your bits. Thank you so much. Number 1. It's like the Hightower shirt, exactly. I wouldn't clean my glasses with the Hightower either. I don't know, nylon might ruin it all. Is Knock making shirts now? No, but Jeff and I had an anorak design. If any of y'all know Jeff, he's a big anorak fan. Anorak design, hat design, and shirt design for our lifestyle brand. You know, it's just one of those things when we're sitting around the shop and you just start saying, well, what else can we make? And those are the things we mess around with. I have seen the British Racing Pro Gear. We talked about it on stream on Tuesday and on the podcast yesterday. It has grown on me. I thought it was great to begin with, but it was like there was something that wasn't adding up with me on that. I'm still not sure it completely adds up from a design perspective to me, but it's killer. I think it's fantastic. So no doubt that I love that. Coco, where's that link? Give me that Kaweco. Someone give me that Kaweco. I want to see that before we'll start talking about some mechanical pins here. Or machine pins, I should say. So, hit me with that link. Good morning, Mark. Saying that is how I get myself in trouble. I mean, you've met me, Brooks. Like, I am nothing but trouble. Speaking of trouble, me and Brooks are up to something. We're going to... y'all really want to sign up for your alerts for next week? We're going to have at least 2 super cool product streams. Like first look streams, if you will. As long as the post office cooperates. I have 2 things arriving today that I'm going to open before next week. Like, I won't unbox them on the stream, but I'm not going to share them publicly until this stream next week, Tuesday. So sign up for alerts. Speaking of signing up, if you didn't sign up for the Shown Design copper pin on the Pin Addict site, go do that. All right, love. Let me pull that up in just a sec here. Hang on, I got to do something. That I will share later. All right, let me pull this up and then we'll look at some pens. No, I have Zoom. Well, there's always replay. You're gonna want to see probably both of them. I don't know if I'll do them both the same day. Wow, that is less good looking than I thought it would be. Okay. That is less attractive than I assumed it might be. Hey, how did you know I like pens? While we're like the same person, you're my soulmate. Hi, soulmate. Let me introduce myself. Hey, soulmate. Bachelor Slam. Welcome. We talk about pens here. Pens are my life. It's what I do for a living. I love pens. I'm trying to embiggen this. It's not working for me. This one is poop. Like... this one, here's the thing I'll say about this one. I guarantee this looks better in person than in this picture. I bet you anything, if I had this in my hand, I would really enjoy it. I really don't like the name Golden Espresso. I really don't like the image. But if I had this in my hand, I am guaranteed that I would like it better than in this image. So, oh yeah, we love brush pens here. So I've been addressing envelopes with the one of Pilot's superfine brush pens here. So we use brush pens all the time. Sorry, the lighting's a little bit wonky today. I have some things going on with my setup. But I use Pilot and Zebra brush pens, Kuretake, and Zebra. Did I say Zebra? Tombow, Zebra, Pilot, brush pens are my favorites. So yeah, Oriental stuff, you know. We're big into the Japanese pen market here. That's what I built my website on. So yeah, that's my initial thoughts on the Golden Espresso. Terrible name, terrible image, probably pretty good in person. That's what I think's probably going to happen here. So there you go. This is the first one of these type of finishes that I've seen on the AL Sport. Is there any other one with the Eno? I'm going to get you, Jacqueline. Don't think I've forgotten that. So we're gonna have a poll here just for Jacqueline's entertainment here in just a minute. I haven't seen an AL Sport with this kind of coating before. I guess the black satin ones are kind of that way. But this one is... I am less than excited about it. All right. Let's see if we need to have a poll here for a comment I received from the Peanut Gallery about this ink. What color is this ink? Go. This is Australis Oak that I reviewed on Monday. What color is this ink? Thank you, O Free Birth. Big fan of this shirt. If any of you say orange, you're banned. So we got a lot of bans about to happen. Banned. See, Jacqueline's going to hold this over my head for the rest of my life now. Cognac brown. I'll buy that one. Pumpkin innards. I really, as much of an orange person as I am, boy, the lighting is really changing here, guys. I'm sorry. We're going to keep it on small cam today. So if I put up a poll and I said orange and brown, like those are your two choices, y'all are telling me orange is going to win, which blows my mind. I just don't see a lot of orange in this. Maybe it's in the in-person versus the visual, like versus seeing it through a computer screen. So I might have to give Jacqueline a check mark for this one then. She's the only one that yelled at me for saying it was a brown ink and not an orange ink. And I never thought it was orange, ever. It's a Longhorn color. It is nothing close to a Longhorn color. I'll still boo for that. But in the image, it is nothing. Yeah, y'all can't see it on here. It's really nothing like the Longhorn colors. It's like autumn leaves falling. And I get that there's orange in that. Like, it favors orange, right? But I thought this was more of like a toffee, caramel, cognac range than orange. Until Jacqueline made me question my life decisions, which that's her job. That's what she does best, which is why I love her to death. So thank you, Jacqueline, for ruining my review. Appreciate it. I was very proud of myself for not using orange. It's not an orange ink. Except to everyone but me. So there you go. You want to know what's orange? I'll show you orange. Let's flip this camera over because these lightings. It's 100% brown. Thank you, Brooks. If anyone knows color, it's you. It's 100% brown. I knew someone would have my back. It's not just because I bought a pen from him either. All right. That's orange. That's aggressively orange. So I think we're going to go with the white pad here. This is what I was trying to figure out. It's a coppery orange brown. Y'all are just trying to make friends with Jacqueline. She'll tell you how wrong you are all the time. You might want to rethink that. All right, I need to adjust this blind over here. It was literally pitch black outside a minute ago, and now the sun's coming in, and I had the blinds open. So we'll have to. This is a new. What color is this dress? Yeah. I think I need some kind of backlighting to counteract the natural lighting morning sun. Like we just had the remnants of Hurricane Zeta blow through, right? So it's been dark all morning. And then now I guess the sun's breaking through a little bit. So this is orange. I want to talk about machine pens today, and here's why. I had a friend ask me a question that I knew the exact answer to, which is not always the thing we get in the stationery world, right? In the stationery world, there's a lot of context, and especially around fountain pens, inks, and paper. Guillaume, rating, thank you so much. That is super cool. Hey everyone, welcome aboard. We appreciate the raid. We talk about pens. We're going to talk about pens this morning. We talk about pens all the time. So welcome aboard. Glad to have you. So I had a question that was easily answerable. And y'all may agree or may disagree. But the question was, I love the Retro 51. I love the Mark 1. I love the Baron Fig Squire. Guillaume, Chiffon Studio, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate y'all. Keep throwing the emotes in the chat. I appreciate y'all. That's super cool. And they wanted to know, okay, I clearly like that refill, and I like these styles of pens. What's next? What's the upgrade to that pen? I want to go bigger and better and fancier than the Mark 1 and the Baron Fig Squire. And there's a absolute answer to this. And I think some of y'all know it. So what do y'all think it is? And then that's what got me on the rest of this kick. Yeah, on my screen, that pen looks more red than orange. Totally. Like with the orange background and the white paper, and here, I get that. So like here's red. That's a red top pen. So the answer that I was very confident in, solid silver Tiffany Kaweco. That would be awesome. But it's a fountain pen. We want to use the Retro 51 refill, the Schmidt P81 27, 26, things like that. What pen is the orange one? We're going to get to that. The answer is a Johto. So I sent them to the link to the Johto pen, and they're like, first I said, you're going to regret asking me this question because I have an answer, which is pretty rare for stationery because there's so much context involved. But you gave me the right set of parameters to give you an exact answer that I'm 100% confident in. So I sent them the link, and they're like, oh my God, this is it. So Meladusa, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. I'm going to close one more blind here. Sorry, hang on. The wind is still blowing pretty aggressively from the storm, so it's the sun. It's getting really bright, really dark a lot. So thank you, Independence Mike. Thanks for the prime. Appreciate you. So yeah, the Johto was the answer. So we're gonna go through my Johtos this morning. I only have a couple, but they're very expensive, and I love them. So they were very happy with that answer. So that got me to thinking, let me go grab a bunch of my machine pens to talk about today. Even though I know we've gone over some of these, I wanted to go over some of the ones that I have. Like, these are all like quick access pens to me. They're either on my desk or in the stationery closet of doom in a display block. Like I brought that E&M display block. That's when we saw a bunch of these pens in here before, when I showed you that block of pens. Those are just in there for me to grab and use quickly. So I wanted to go through a few of these different brands. Oh, I forgot we did have the silver Kaweco. How much was that? It was like $1,000, $1,100, $1,750. Nice. Oh, look, I should pull that up for y'all to see. Hang on. Because it's a cool one. I forgot about this. We did talk about this. Embiggen. There we go. Bum, bum, bum. So if y'all bought the sterling silver Kaweco, would you use the stand on your desk? That's the real question. It's not would you use the pen. I would hope you'd use the pen if you bought it. Would you use the pen stand? I think you got to, right? Like Mike says. It's a pretty dope looking stand. Not going to lie. But yeah, I forgot they did this. It's a little more expensive than I thought. I thought it was low thousands, but still. It's pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome. Yeah, the Tiffany made basically a Sharpie pen holder for one of their pens. But yeah, that looks great. Looks great. Hell yes, I would use the pen stand. That's a pretty slick pen stand. So, why else buy it? Love us. Did I catch your sub? Thank you so much. 11 months. Super cool. All right, so there's a couple. I just grabbed everything that was within reach for the machine pen category. Now, how do you define the machine pen category? I mean, feel free to make your own definition, but I look at it as small makers, you know, either making them themselves or working with a factory to make it. Like, I'm good either way, but it's generally not, okay, like some big maker contracting out like a big pen. Like, but this could be pretty much anything that's like small batch, fresh designs, unique designs, you know, some designs that they came up with on their own and then put them out for sale. And that's generally what I think about these pens. So this is one of my favorite pens that I rarely talk about, and I should talk about it more. And this is the Urban Survival Gear. Would spoke pen fit in there? Yeah, definitely. I would say so. Even though we outsource our pen barrels, right? I still say that fits in there. Like Studio Neat, Enzo. Trying to think of people that do the outsourcing versus the making. Studio Neat, Enzo, us. I don't know what Tough Rider does. It's tough. I think Jack makes his own. But then the people that make their own are like Karis Customs, Tactile Turn, TI2. Oh, Big Eye Design, outsource. Shown makes it themselves. So a lot of individual makers and then a few that are design outsource builds. I categorize those the same in general because it's the same. Machine Era. Yeah, I don't know what they do. I have that one. I want to say they make, but I'm not sure. So Machine Era, that's I think the other one I have in here. And then Sunderland, which is the one pen that I couldn't find because I've been using it. I use it for photography recently, and I tend to lose those pens. Sunderland, Brad Sunderland makes his own pens in his own shop. So, and then I'm just doing like all non-fountain pens here today. But the same thing goes for fountain pens, and a lot of these makers make fountain pens like Karis, Tactile Turn, Tough Rider. I think that's it that are making fountain pens right now. So I wanted to point out a few of these because I talk about this one a lot, and this is my favorite bolt action pen. So it's the TI Scribe from Urban Survival Gear. It's got a really nice clip. Sorry, camera. This is what I was trying to fix this morning that I couldn't get corrected in time for stream. So it's a full-size, full-length pen. So this takes the Pilot G2, which means it'll take the Pilot Juice refills. So you can get your full-length gel refills in here. You don't necessarily have to use the Parker-style refills. Is Machine Era a clip is also the bolt type of pen? No, I'll show you that one. It's a twist deploy. But this one is, the Urban Survival Gear is, and it's probably the best clip action pen that I've used. It extraordinarily well done. So Kelvin makes all of these. He does all the manufacturing. I like it because it's a thin pen compared to, you know, your tactile turns, right? And your Keras. So I prefer, this is a more traditional diameter pen. I should bring in my calipers, but you can see the barrel diameters between, that's the Keras EDK, and then the TI Scribe Bolt from Urban Survival Gear, and then the tactile turn side click. So shape-wise, I prefer this, right? Because it's a little longer and narrower. So that's why I like this one. Even though if you said, okay, what mechanism would you prefer? Well, I like the side click just because it's cool. Even though it's a two-step, you know, it's a knock on the top and then a button on the side. I just think it's cool, you know? And then something like this. And then this is one of the original EDKs. This is one of the first ones they made. I don't know if they still use the Schmidt mechanism, but that's what this is. So there were 2 issues with the first EDK. Toby's interested in something. So the EDKs, the original ones, use the Schmidt mechanism. Someone can correct me. I don't know if they still use the Schmidt mechanism. I don't have a real problem with it, but when you use the custom mechanisms like these other companies make, you say, oh, those Schmidt ones are they're kind of janky, right? They work, but they're not an awesome experience, right? The other thing with the EDK, which I don't know if they ever changed, is the refill didn't stick out far enough to where I wanted it, right? It's a little bit more inset in there. Like I like it, let's see. I like it to be out a little bit further. That's not going to really work with the focus on this camera. So it's an easy fix. I didn't really care for this dimension right here, and I know I'm being super particular, but what you do is, and what I've done on other EDKs, is you get the back of the refill and you put, you know, that the foam based, what I use, you can use anything, you can use washi tape, whatever, but I use the foam double-sided tape here because it gives you a little bit of depth. It gives you like that 1 millimeter of depth here, and then it ends up pushing the refill out to the exact right position that I want. So, hey, good morning, Tumala Plumba. So yeah, this was the Iron Man EDK back around the time where they launched the EDK. So I don't know what design changes they've made since, but this is the one I still use. So, and I think it's probably one of their best designs. It's one of my favorite designs that they've ever done. So these 3 pens are very, you know, well-respected makers, people that have been doing this a long time, people that do super cool stuff, and I love them all. I keep this one on my desk, and then these 2 have been in the closet storage for a while, but this is the one I need to use more, not just because it's orange, but because I think it's probably the best combination of shape and mechanism for what I like in a pen. So this is Urban Survival Gear TI Scribe 2, I think. There was a TI Scribe, and then I think this is a 2. I know it's whatever the more current version one is. It had a better deployment and clip movement in it. So those 3 are great. We can go ahead and add this one in here before I remove all these away. We'll do 2 of these and see. And these are the TI, I get all these names confused, TI2 designs, where this is TI Scribe 2. Are you tracking? Are y'all writing down? Do y'all have notes? Are y'all taking notes on this? So actually I have to put those away because these are magnet based. Again, these are awesome because of the barrel diameter. I love this barrel diameter, right? It's similar to the Urban Survival Gear. They're a more traditional barrel diameter. So this is the standard. And these take the Uniball Signo 207-307 refills, and then they have a Jetstream adapter. So you can use some of the Jetstream refills. These are awesome. Like these, I really, really love. This one is from their first Kickstarter. I forget the name of this finish, but it's really cool. So The TI Scribes are magnets? No. So that's the TI Scribe. I might be confusing the names. This is the TI2 Design. These are magnets, right? So there's a magnet in the front end here, which latches onto this ring inside of here. And then on the back side, it's the same deal. You can see the magnet in the back end of it here. So awesome magnet. Very fidgety. Super fidgety pen, strong magnet. Like this a lot. And then this one is the shorty version. I think there's an even shorter one than this, because this one still takes the full size refill. So this one's in copper. Same magnet, and then there's also a clip add-on. So this is just basically, you can unscrew the back end of the pen and add these clips or remove them. So that's all this is here. So it's pretty cool. And the clips are anodized, you know, like we do some of the anodized clips for Spoke. So now I'm curious. I have my Spoke pens on me. I think both of these are just a little bit longer than both of the Spokes. Let's see. And all of these have magnets. So I'm going to opposite. Oh, that didn't work. It's very friendly pens here. So there's the there's the differences. So, you know, the Spoke Rhodia, Spoke. This is pretty funny. So the only difference here, like between the two big ones, is this pen posts, right? So this pen is postable, where this pen is not, right? Yeah, so when you put these down on your desk, that's why I keep them in a pen stand or a pen case. If you put them in a pen stand, they do this too, right? You put them in a pen stand, and then all your pens are like having a party like this. It's like, what's going on here? It's like, I could make my own pen stand just out of pens. It's probably what I should do. So yeah, some of us like the magnets. I like the magnets, so yeah. So that's the TI2 Designs. Mike is really, the maker has really upped his game since these. This is probably, when was the original Kickstarter? Probably like 6 years ago, maybe, I'm guessing. He's really upped his game since then to do more different styles, colors. He's got a lot of etching going on, a lot of different barrel patterns, barrel cutouts, some really cool designs, some cool design work. So I really like his work. I like all of these people's work, which is why I have a bunch of them. So the Mark 1 goes in here because this was the pen that this is like the Tech Nerd Retro 51, right? This is what this was made for, which I think is pretty cool. I really love this pen. That said, I think this one's my favorite. So that's the Apollo edition. It is these are very different feeling pens. Like this is the aluminum with the Cerakote finish and the copper knock. And it's a lightweight pen, not air feather light, but it's light. It's fun to use. It's very comfortable. The stainless PVD coated is more of a beast. Like, I don't know if you can hear the thud difference. So there's a pretty decent weight size. This one's probably like 2x the weight of this one, something like that. And then this one has the Fisher Space Pen refill, but I think you can put the Schmitz in there. I'm not sure. But I don't know which one I like better. This is such an enjoyable writing experience. It fits my hand well. It's the right weight. It's well balanced. It's super tight. Tolerance, which I've talked about before. This one's just kind of got a cool feel. I like stainless steel pens, so it's pretty cool. I say that I like this one better. I know for a fact I use this one more, so I don't know what that means to anybody. The black looks cooler. Yeah. So again, this is one of those situations. This one stays at my desk. This one goes in a pen case on the road. I don't know why. It just feels like that's the setup that these pens should be. The machine era, yeah, I'm not sure like what Mike was saying, but where do they make them themselves, or are they shopped out? I want to say they make them themselves, but I'm not going to bet money on that. But someone was asking about the deployment mechanism. It's not clip deploy, it's a twist. So this is the machine era. It's specifically called that. This is the machine era twist. So it's really nice. Have you used the Zebra X701 Extreme all steel pen? No, but I need to get one. So I love the shape and size of this machine era pen. It's a little weighty, right? It's there's no, what's the word? Which is common in machine pens. The weight is consistent from tip to tail, right? You'll find in many like fountain pens, they're able to, you can adjust the weight in the grip section. You'll be a little bit heavier up front to have the nib right, give the nib a little bit more natural pressure, and then lighter towards the back. Most machine pens are consistently weighted from front to back. So, that's just something to consider, right? Like, this is not a front end balanced pen. It's a heavier pen that's consistently weighted from the front to the back. So with the machine era one, I find that it feels a little bit different because it's a shorter pen and that weight hits me right here instead of being more spread out through the barrel. I don't know why, but I still like it. But this is about the size of a Retro 51, and I tend to use the Retro 51 more, right? They're actually almost identical in size, right? So where you get some of your other pens, they're a little bit longer, not much. There's a little bit size difference there. So I like the machine era pen a lot. I don't use it that much. I can't quite guess. Jacqueline, what did you do? Thank you, Jacqueline. Oh my gosh. You get all the cheers. Oh my. Jacqueline gifted 10 subs. Good grief. Thank you, Jacqueline. I really appreciate that. You're awesome. Jacqueline's one of the best, y'all. If you don't know, that's why we can give each other so much crap. Because we know and respect each other so much. And Jacqueline's one of the best. So, yay. Thank you, Jacqueline. Now you're going to make... See, now I feel emotions. Instead of talking about silly pens, now I got to sit here and be thankful for the awesome people in this community. You can give Jacqueline crap because she's a kind person. Yeah. Super cool. Thank you, Jacqueline. That really means a lot, especially coming from you. Coming from anybody, really. But I know how awesome you are in IRL. Jacqueline and I are IRL friends, and I just appreciate her so much. And I like to tell her that all the time, even though she thinks orange and brown are interchangeable. It's a personal flaw. All right, all the cheers. I love it. Just undercharge Jacqueline for a pen, then hunt her down for the rest of it. Nice. That's actually, she handles that extremely well. That's like a feature. So we'll do that. Awesome. Did I see the new Anderson pens retro? No, link that one to me. I saw them teasing it, then I didn't see the launch of it. So hit me up with that link. I would like to take a look at it. And we'll pull that up here because I only have a few more of these I wanted to show. All right, hang on, I'll pull that up. Let me get Craig and Ariana or don't know how to handle all the awesome gift subs. Again, thank you, Jacqueline. You're the best. You know that because it probably goes to your head because I tell you how great you are all the time. I really need to stop doing that. It's unfortunate. All right, let's look at this retro here real quick, and we'll get back to a couple of these. Let me change this up. Oh, wow, it's like the brass etch. So this is the Palmer. So what's the story here? Why do we have this? Is this the hotel one? Okay. That makes sense. That's dope. That came out great. I love that design. Oh, is that a peacock? That's pretty. I mean, this is what retro does so well, right? Like this is like what retro does better than anybody, in my opinion. They take something cool and they can you know, make a pen that's super representative of your idea, right? Well, this is clearly going to do really, really well. That's pretty exceptional. I think it's great. Really nice. How many did they do? Whatever the number is, it's not enough. Or is it open-ended? It probably can't be open-ended if Retro's not going to make any more pens after a certain amount of time, right? I don't see a number. Regardless, it's awesome. Love it. 750 non-numbered. Gotcha. So yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter what the number is of this one. They'll sell 300 or 999. They'll sell all of these. They're awesome. Really well done. Good job. All right. A couple more super unique and fun ones. Sorry, Mr. Celebration. Sorry, Mr. Artist Proof Retro Philly 51's Celebration just went flying. What do I think of this pen? I always like these. I always like this first look. What do we got? What do I think of this pen? I think it's a Delta. That's my initial thought. It looks awesome. And I say I think it's a Delta in a very positive thing. Positive way. Black and orange with that that logo design. I mean, what's not to like here? Faceted barrel cap. It's like if Omos and Delta had a baby. Looks pretty great. Whoa, speaking of Omos and Delta having a baby, what are these pictures? Why are these pictures in their picture set? What is happening here? Do y'all see the bottom of this? I think some of these pictures aren't supposed to be in here. What the hell just happened? Let's skip to this one. All right. Yeah, I mean, that looks like an Omos cap, right? Park Vanessa, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Yeah, someone needs to send them an email that there's some extra photos in their feed here. I mean, if you told me, like, I can tell by the pen up here that it's not an Omos. But if you just showed me this cap, I'd say, what Omos is that? Well, welcome, Park Vanessa. We talk about pens here, and we're talking about this one that someone just showed me. It's very cool. I like it. 450 euro. 98 pieces. 18 karat nib. Seems cheap. Not gonna lie. That seems underpriced for what it is. So hopefully it's as good as they say it is. Too many buttons. All right. So yeah. Someone shoot them an email and tell them to fix their uploads. Whew. Luckily. Okay. We're going to leave that alone. All right. Which company was that last pen? Santini, I believe. Is it Santini? Let me pull it up again. Santini Italia. It's very pretty. I approve. I approve of that pen. Not that you need my approval. Tough Rider. Very EDC focused, very durable, very strong pens that can take a beating, and historically they have been weighty enough to withstand whatever you would do to your EDC in the field pen until they made this model. I don't know the exact name of this model, but it is still a heavy pen, and it's still probably half the weight of some of their other pens, right? It's really cool finish. Full metal barrel, big clip to hook onto backpacks and pants pockets. Like, Tough Rider is a very, very EDC focused pen brand, like indestructible type of pen. So they make a lot of things, but then as they've continued to grow, they've gone from like straight pure tactical EDC to, hey, maybe this is a more useful EDC that someone could actually go to an office with and feel comfortable like using this in the office. So it's really well done. I just like it because of the weight compared to their other pens. Also, it doesn't use as many O-rings in the grip section as their other pens, which I am not a fan of necessarily. Like, I can deal with it. I would prefer not to have it. So again, those O-rings, what Tough Rider's trying to do is, you know, the person buying their pen might have gloves on and they need to fish this pen out of their pants pocket. Well, it has the clip and it has the grip to facilitate that and make it a better pen for that person. Whereas this is more for me, who's sitting behind a desk and still appreciates the cool designs that they make. So that's where that one came from. Then you contrast that with this guy. So this is my Lisa Frank Shown Design pen. When he first launched the anodized colors at the DC Pen Show, what was that, 2017? I think it was 2017 was when we first got a look at Ian's anodized work that he gets someone to do for him. Is really, really cool. They do a great job with these colors and finishes. So this is the original Ballpoint. This is probably my most used of his ballpoints. I have the black one and have a black one with a clip, but I love just throwing this in my pocket and going. And you see when it's fully sized, it's bigger than the Tough Rider. Note sent to Santini. Thank you, Tomax. I appreciate that. What was your Thing King? That's a good one. So yeah, look at the size difference. Like, you look at this and you go, wow, that's a big pen. You know, I'm not sure if I could use this every day. Oh my God, I love this Shown Design pen. And it's like a ½ inch longer. And I still love it. So yeah, it's pretty great. They each serve different purposes, right? So it's very cool. I love that. This one's a big outlier, which I showed y'all this pen before. This is what got Enso on my radar. I don't even know what the name of this one is, but it's for the Pilot Hi-Tech C. It's one of the most unique pens designs in that I didn't think this would work, but it actually works spectacularly well. So it's just oops, I overcooked it. There we go. This grip section just spins on the barrel here and then hits a stopper, shows the point. So the reason why I thought it wouldn't work as well as it does is because the tip is always open. But I don't know why it works. Maybe it's just a fluke. I mean, it is the Pilot Hi-Tech C. Every time I pick this up, it just writes, right? Every time. And I thought it would have dried out by now. But it doesn't. And yeah, you can just spin it. It's just fun to spin. I can't explain why this pen works, but it does. I genuinely thought, that there's no way. This was one of those ideas I said, there's no way, until I got it in my hand, and it was just like, well, I'll be damned. It works well. And so he's done lots of different colors. He's done them in, different materials now. So it's still probably one of my favorite things Enzo's done. Just go to enso.com, ENSSO, I believe. I just can't remember the name of this, but I think it's enso.com. So it's a wild, wild pen. This one I need to use more, and I'm going to do a couple comparisons here. So that's the wingback that I shared with y'all recently. I haven't been using it, but I need to use it because I love it. Enso Uno Minimalist. Thank you, Strange Camel. So this is the wingback. Let me get some sizes here. So that's the wingback and the shown. So the shown is obviously built to post on the back of the pen, whereas the field pen, the machine era field pen, and the wingback are just twist deploy mechanisms. I think I need to just throw this wingback in my pocket because I really, really love this design and this shape. I have to use this a little bit more. I think this is the Fisher Space Pen refill in here. We'll open it up. Which I need to order some more blue refills. I've been using them all. So where does this one unscrew? Back here? Oh yeah, this is the one with their own mechanism in here. This is a really neat mechanism that they designed for the twist deploy, but it's a Fisher refill. So yeah, this is medium black, I'm guessing. Where is it? Oh, they have their own, they have a wingback on the refills. That's funny. Black. It's got to be medium. It doesn't really say. Anyway, this is one of those pens that I love and then I forget about sometimes. So I'm going to use this one more. I really like what they did here. I want to carry this in my pocket and see if it can get, beat up in any way. Like, I think it's kind of the perfect carry pen. But I don't know what the name of this one is. But it's the black PVB coated. And they just did a Kickstarter campaign on it. It's pretty great. So I'm going to keep this. I'm going to shove this in my pocket right now. So here's the thing. Here's a question. If you get a pen like this, you filled my ballot with the Joker Spoke pen. I got a couple other pictures. I know Rhodia Tux from Tony. He used the Rhodia Tux to do his. So you got the Joker with yours. Rhodia for your, yeah, Evan sent me a text too. Evan used the Rhodia. That's awesome. Thank y'all. That's really cool to see it in the democracy. This stream is giving me lots of ideas for Mr. Monster's anniversary present. The stream is costing me dollars again. I will say I did send you a package yesterday. This is a small package, few inks and things. So maybe that'll offset some of the future costs. So there you go. So here's my question. If you get a pen like this, so it's a pocket pen and it got a little pouch, do you carry it in the pouch or do you just throw the pen in your pocket? Use the Celebration Retro. That's awesome. Use the Rhodia. Oh, I love y'all so much for using that. That's really cool. I really think that this is pretty much my pocket pen of choice these days. But like the wingback will go in my pocket because it doesn't have a clip. Use your Rhodia to vote. Gosh, I love this so much. That's awesome. Super cool. So would you, if you're going to take this and throw it in a pocket or a backpack or a bag, are you just taking the pen or are you taking the pen in the pouch? I think I know what I would do. What would y'all do? Pouch is just an extra step. Never use one. I usually won't use a pouch. I would do a pouch. So yeah, my vote is no. Would be no pouch. Is my initial thought. Like it seemed, like y'all were saying, it seems like an extra step. And the finish on this pen is the PVD coating. So this is designed to be destroyed. The only thing you worry about is the mechanism. But it's a pretty strong mechanism. I don't think I could accidentally deploy this. but I want to try. I like it. For pocket without the pouch, in bag with pouch. Yeah, probably so. Probably so. So, aside from my spoke pins, which I obviously love, hashtag disclosure for those who don't know, I'm part of the company that makes these ones in my pocket. But yeah, if I was throwing it in a bag, I'd probably use a pouch. Unless I had a pin sleeve. I don't know. I'm going to put this one in my pocket right now. No pouch. So I remember to use it today. All right. Couple more. So all of these pins, these are all on my desk, or like I said, in the closet of doom in storage. I just threw them in this case to carry them in here because it was the simplest and easiest way to do it. But the next case stays on my desk. So does that give these pins status in my mind? Probably so. And I think you'll see why. So, like I said, I just use this to carry these. I think we're all back in here now. So this guy, whoops, it's falling out here. This guy stays on the desk. I ordered a new Shown P6 grip yesterday. Matte black ridge grip. Ooh, cool. I might have to, I don't have one of those ridged grip sections. I need to get one of those for sure. So this one I keep on the desk because I'll throw it in a bag or backpack. This is where my Ajotos and my Pen Type C lives. These are my favorites, right? These are my special pens. So this is my favorite. I don't know. Is this my favorite Ajoto? I own 2 Ajotos. This is the stainless. I think they called this Sunrise or Sunset just because of the finish of the knock, the twist mechanism. But this is stainless steel, so it's pretty heavy, especially in comparison to a pen which I've shown y'all many times, the Ebonite. So I paid for this one full price, I think, and they gave me this one to show me what the Ebonite was like. And this is the one I was explaining to you. This feels like a wood case pencil, and this feels like a stainless steel pen, right? Like there's a huge weight differential. Like I was saying, some of those other pens are like 2 times the weight. This is probably like 3 times the weight. This is very airlight. You can hear that barely tap the page when I drop it. And then this is stainless. Right? That's the difference between these two. This one's feather light. It's kind of impressive. I don't know what it is about Ajoto that I get them and they get me. It's just kind of my jam. Like I have products like this that are outliers, I think. Like Y Studio is another one for me, right? It's just everything that they do matches what I want in a product, from form to function to style to design to brand to story, all those things. It hits me in the right spot. And that doesn't necessarily include price, because these are extraordinarily expensive pens for what they are. And what they are is awesome. Like they're, purposefully built, specifically built, small batch, interesting materials, cool designs. But they're expensive. Like I want to say this guy was around $180. And I think these start at like $225. Like they're mega expensive for this style of pen, but something about them is just like the Y Studio pens. Sometimes we all have these products that cross these little thresholds of ours that just do something right, like the Superior Labor pouch. Like I don't have a lot of Superior Labor goods, but I love this little pouch. And this guy gets to live in there too, which a billion of y'all have seen this pen in person. So this is my Pen Type C with the titanium sleeve. So this is that pen with the Pilot High-Tech C refill in it. It's an extraordinarily more engineered, complex pen than the Ajoto pens. but I like it just as much, if not more, right? Oh, have y'all not heard this guy? Some of y'all might not have. So that's a tolerance thing, right? It's because the tolerance of the sleeve is so well done. Yeah, it's one of the things I always bring to pen shows because it's such a unique pen, but I love it just to write with, regardless of the added bonus of the boop and the way it slides back in. So it's really great. So that's kind of my big batch of machine pens, and that all stemmed from a question I got before stream this morning about, hey, which one should I pick next? JStein44, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you want to talk about pens, because that's what we're doing. Although I'm about to wrap it up. I got a podcast at 1. I need to do some things before that. We've been, for Pen Addict members, we've been recording friends of the show hot and heavy for weeks now. So we got a bunch in the can. I had recorded one last night. Got one today. Yeah, I've bugged Michael. So this is my newer one. I've got an older one than this from the original Kickstarter, which is a brass sleeve. That one's on my desk right now. I'm not sure if I have a refill on that one right now, though, because this is the one that I use. This one's actually lighter than the brass sleeve one. Can you, like, so this is a titanium sleeve, and they made it because a brass sleeve in this size, you can imagine how heavy that is. All right, last thing, we'll look at the Indiana Jones pen, and then we'll go so I can get ready for the rest of my day. And then I'm telling y'all, next week you want to be here. Set alarms. If you can't make it, watch the YouTubes. We're going to have some fun stuff to share. And I'm not going, like I said, I'm not going to unbox them on the stream because I'm getting them today, and I'm not going to wait 4 days for what I have coming to sit here and stare at me. Like, that's just not an option because I know generally what's coming, and I don't want to miss out. So let's flip this over. You can show them on Friday? No way, Mike. No way. We tease on here. Share on Mike's stream. One of the things I'm getting like 4 or 5 variations of, so maybe I can tease it, one like a single variation of a thing. Let me think about it when it shows up. So y'all come hang out with Mike, and I'll like put one right here. It's a pen. Maybe I'll just have one in hand while I'm talking, and we'll just ignore it the whole time. That sounds like something I would do. So yeah, maybe so. All right, last thing. Let's see what we got here. It's the Indiana Jones pen. Is this modeled after the pen in the movie? Because that's a pretty cool design, very classic, traditional design. Was that pen used in the movie? Or are they just, or was that shape of pen? Let's see. Replica of the pen used by Sir Sean Connery in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. The iconic scene inside a Panzer tank, Connery's character, Henry Jones Sr., uses the lever fill mechanism to squirt ink in the eye of the Nazi tank operator. Absolutely forgot about that. To save his friend's life and that of his son, Indiana Jones, played by Harrison Ford. So, it's Conway Stewart thing. People, I hope they have a strong lever mechanism in this one if people are going to be revisiting that famous scene from the movie, because it sure as heck looks good. I like that shape. You know, I'm not traditionally like black and gold, standard fountain pen look, but I like that taper into the grip section there and the taper on the back end of the pen. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I like it. How much are these? These got to be expensive, right? They're only 100 made. As low as 460 euros. What does that even mean? As low as, is double broad going to make it more expensive? Like, what could possibly? Yeah. So they just made it 460 now on that one. It's at the homepage. All right. Cool stuff. All right. Oh, yeah, we should get that one for Mike. It's British. It's famous. And Mike likes this word ink. Christmas is solved in the Hurley household. Thank y'all for hanging out today. Tax-free price, that makes sense. Minus the VAT. We'll see if I can get the lighting fixed by Tuesday. It's a lot worse when only I'm on camera, so we'll see what we can work out. Maybe I'll fix it and then not unfix it right before stream next week. That would probably be my move. Come hang out with me and Mike, Inkdependence Mike, tomorrow. Mike's YouTube stream, youtube.com. Michael Madison, he's got the link here. Go sign up for alerts there so you get notified when Mike goes live. And make sure you get notified when I go live too. You're gonna want to be around next week, as I've completely oversold everything about this by now. So you got to see how bad I fail next week. So I'll see you then. Bye.